Virgo, this is your September reading. The drama and the upset and the chaos and all of that out of nowhere drama that happened in August really has paved the way for something so much more beautiful to come forth. Before looking at these cards together and pulling more to clarify, let me just take you through what's been going on. Before we get to the month of September, the disruption of the Tower moment may have felt like an argument, may have felt like some sort of a shock event or something that came out of nowhere and you didn't see it coming, and it derailed your plans. It took something away from you, but you still have not been able to deny all of the opportunity that's been created around you, Virgo, from August, since the sun moved into Virgo. And happy birthday to the Virgos. Happy birthday, September Virgos. Happy belated birthday to those that have already celebrated. The Lover's card, if this has been something that has rocked your world, it could be a relationship that you have just realized, like, doesn't have to necessarily be romantic, but there is a relationship in your life that no matter what happens, no matter how the foundations are shaken or messed with, and how your plans and things just come undone, there's somebody there for you that's always just like steadfast. You can always count on this person. But whatever's been happening, it hasn't affected your money, it hasn't affected your status, it certainly hasn't affected how, your own self-esteem and how you see yourself and how, you're perceived that other people see yourself. You still feel very good and strong in that sort of position. In the month of September, finances only set to continue to look even better. They look like they're going to evolve. It looks like you are going to take something from maybe out of you might have had a little stockpile of savings, you might have made some good investments, and you're getting a really big return on it. So some real sense of like material gain. Some of this has been given via a gift even. It is your birthday season still, Virgo, so maybe there are some gifts coming your way, some from family members. Maybe people are really showing you that they care, sending you flowers, getting together, all the generations, pets, everybody having a great time together. So people are showing you they care. They're showering you with love and affection and admiration, and you feel very stable and in harmony with your social pursuits this month, with people from the past that you really love and care about, with people that just feel like steady and like-minded, and you just feel at peace with people like this. But yeah, it looks like you're making some good investments. If you're making an investment perhaps with somebody, or collaborating with somebody from your past, like you and your friend have gotten together, or you and a sibling have said, oh, we could start working on this together. By the end of the month, you are pursuing something by the way of a opportunity or offer that comes your way, and you have to do this on your own. And a part of this involves breaking away from a group sort of group project or something you've been working on really in more of a collective endeavor. It seems like there's some element you just have to do something on your own. There is some nerves attached to this, or there at least will be some sort of worry that this is causing you to feel some sort of guilt over the way you're going to have to do this, or you may have to feel like you have to tread on someone's toes to get ahead, and you almost feel like you don't want to exploit anybody, but at the same time you feel like you have some sort of a purpose or mission, like you don't want to throw anyone under the bus, but there's a problem that just hasn't really been able to be resolved for you, and you're kind of struggling to find a way out of this, or a way to handle this problem. And Virgo, Mercury will be retrograde 27th of September. I do have a video on all your personalized astrology for the month ahead, and a note on what Virgo is all about and what Virgo sees and how we can tap into that energy. So a special bonus Virgo season video and astrology on my channel under the name All Signs Virgo Season Astrology. But yeah, I mean, that might be where you feel like you're stepping on someone's toes by the end of the month because your purpose, your mission just doesn't suit everybody else, or it might be even kind of working across purposes from somebody. Why don't we clear up these cards together? Okay, Virgo, so before pulling more cards from the tarot to clear up, let's just ground again with the message from the Chinese Kuan Yin, Goddess of Compassion Oracle. So we'll take this today, Virgo, as a message from your highest self to you. And today it's going to be Sweeping Sister Willow, number 31. Maybe the number 31 is relevant to you today. Or 3-1 being 4 also. Let's see. All right, so here we have got Sweeping Sister Willow gently brings you healing for forgiveness and release of old pain now. Let the branches of hers gracefully sweep any sadness and pain from your heart and soul. Your time for greater inner freedom is dawning, and the cleansing of sadness and healing of forgiveness is the pathway to that greater freedom now. You deserve this freedom, and you are swiftly becoming ready to gift it to yourself with the help of Kuan Yin. Okay, great. So it says now, it goes on to say that you may be very aware of your own need for forgiveness, or this may come as a surprise to you, in which be open to hearing the truth of who or what needs to be forgiven and released from Mother Willow, from deep within your own heart. It may be a small incident when you were a child, or a significant experience that you have just put to one side in an effort to carry on with your life. This approach has been admirable, and yet there is always a time to confront, forgive, and move on, not just in the mind, but genuinely in the body. We hold everything that manifests from the mind. Ultimately, the final point of manifestation will be in the physical body. The physical plane, the physical body is the last kind of point of expression, right? So it says then that forgiveness is a powerful spiritual practice that helps you disconnect your energetic circuits from playful pieces, places, situations, and memories that can drain your power from the present moment and slow down your spiritual growth in the physical manifestation of your heart's desire and soul purpose. So that would feel like to me that you are growing spiritually anyway, and this is why it's a time for you to sort of unburden yourself from this. Sometimes if you have dreams about somebody that you kind of want to cut an energetic tie with, that can be an indication like that there's still something there that hasn't been forgiven. Little cues like that, subconscious cues, okay? And cord cutting is really easy. All you have to do, it's particularly beneficial to do it on a full moon. There is a Pisces full moon on September 20th. If there's anything that you would like to banish or release, could be a powerful time to do some lunar magic around that, and just set the intention that you are cutting that energetic cord now, that you forgive that person, even if they do that they really wronged you. They were only acting from the perspective that they had at that time, and probably it's not usually personal, Virgo. They're not other people can only act and perceive through how they see reality at that time, or the knowledge that they currently have. We're all on a journey, and maybe even some of you need to forgive yourself. So let's go, especially if you'd caused like some sort of a disruption, if you were the agent of the tower where behavior of yours shocked people, threw things for a loop. Let's clear up these cards, the Tower and the Lovers and the Virgo, Venus and Virgo, Nine of Pentacles. There might have been some sort of a ego at play here, Virgo, where you were getting so much like acclaim and recognition that other things fell by the wayside. Yeah, and you kind of rushed through things, and maybe that is what disrupted things. It might have created for you whatever this tower moment did, although it's paving the way for something even more wonderful, what it has done is really late August just created a certain amount of nervousness, feeling very unsettled, perhaps even anxious, very rushed, very jittery internally, a lot of pressure, a lot of nervous energy for you to that was getting pent up. It had to have been released. Sometimes we can release this nervous energy and this kind of unsettling feeling, and it can blow up in an argument or something that we would rather not have said because we've left something too long to address. And the kind of agency of the Tower card really works well when things have been left to a boiling point and there's no other way but for that kettle to boil and blow. So that's kind of what's happening now. Although it's basically giving you the liberation you need, that hasn't taken away from the fact that this has just been such a chaotic, unsettling, kind of uneasy time recently in the month of August. Now you're finding your feet because September is a beautiful month. 10 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, 6 of Cups. That's very good, very prosperous, very wealthy. Not just financial wealth, though we have some emotional contentment here and fulfillment. So you're happy with the people that you're around in September, taking trips down memory lanes, sharing good stories, sharing good times with family, with friends, with loved ones, being showered yourself with gifts and abundance, Virgo. Let's see. The Emperor in reverse. Oh, wait a second, Virgo. Sorry about that, my phone was jammed. The Page of Cups. Oh, and another 6 at the bottom of the deck. So we have a lot of 6 energy. The Lovers is also 6. 6 of Pentacles, 6 of Wands, 6 of Cups, and the Lover is 4 sixes in a reading, telling me that this is actually entering a period of total harmony now. After the abrupt and disruption and destruction even of the Tower moment, you really are headed towards freedom and harmony, because you've like unshackled yourself from something. It might have felt painful at the time, but maybe even now you're like, oh, that was probably for the better. The Emperor in reverse though, there might be a family, like there's a lot of family goings on in these cards. This is kind of a father energy or paternal energy, grandfather energy, and kind of a more youthful kiddish. So we have a lot of generations at play in these cards. So I feel like you may be around mixed generations in your family, or just old and young, a lot of people. And seems to be some sort of a conflict between the older generation and the youth here, how they're seeing things. You might in your family dynamic at the moment be experiencing a lot of like the old versus the new, more conservative versus more kind of radical ways of looking at the world, and like things seem quite extreme. There might even be some sort of a family conflict between like a brother and sister, an aunt and uncle, a niece and an aunt and niece, or some sort of a relationship like that, sisters, or some sort of a drama in the family. You could even be involved, Virgo, but I'm inclined to think that these are people that you don't see all that often maybe, and now that you're all together, you're starting to see where the cracks are in the family dynamic. It looks like this person in Emperor mode, if it isn't you, somebody's been quite controlling in this situation. It could be somebody in this, in like somebody that's experiencing in something in the fallout of this Tower moment, that could be linked. Could be even like a family drama that happened, but you're just so happy that you weren't in the center of this sort of shitstorm potentially. But yeah, this Emperor is a little bit, they're not really staying in their lane, and your motivation is just to not get swept up in that with this Emperor person. They're on one. They have a lot of opinions, they're very forceful with them, and they really are quite controlling over you or people in your life or your family that you can see. But you're just kind of focusing on your hustle. You're kind of trying to avoid that at all costs. So we go into the end of the month, the Magician, the Knight of Cups, and the Nine of Swords. Powerful time for releasing around this Pisces full moon, which is opposite to you in the sign of Virgo. Your sister sign is Pisces. Really powerful time to banish, release, let go of, or to sort of feel the what's culminated in your life, and to really lean into what's reached a turning point. The King of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So yeah, you're disappointed in people at the end of this month because you don't find them reliable, and that you find like you find them very fluky, you find them very like jammy even. You feel like they just kind of don't deserve what they have, and for some reason it's winding you up, Virgo. Again, just focus on what you need to let go of, and what's kind of like maybe what it is that you can do on your own. Don't rely on other people, what other people are doing basically, and to encourage you about what you should be doing. The Magician says you have something to do that's important to do on your own. It's heartfelt, it's heart-led. Yeah, you may psych yourself out about it, but that's because it's so big and because it's so momentous. Unfortunately, the Wheel of Fortune is reversed, just telling me that things don't always go according to plan, especially since we've got a Mercury retrograde around this time. And Virgo, your ruler is Mercury, the Magus is Mercury, this is Mercury. So things may be derailed, plans may be derailed for 3 to 4 weeks, starting around the 27th of September, roughly 3, shadow period after, but we can begin to feel things smoothing out at that time. So especially if you're in communication with a money lender or a bank, or something that you need to really secure, something to do with somebody that is like a personal trainer, physical health or physical body, that might all get a little bit misconstrued, and there's room for that to happen. There's also room for plans to the country to be kind of changed last minute. If you had any plans to be outdoors, any plans to do something in nature, get outside, something shifts and the travel plans change. You may feel like there's a change in direction. You were supposed to meet at this location, but outdoors, but something changes. Something small like that, but in actual fact, you are still very focused on just kind of doing what you do. I don't really think it's going to bother you too much, but other people, you get irritated by their lack of commitment to the plan maybe. So there's been a plan, you might have even been the orchestrator, you're getting stressed out about people's flakiness. This is the wishy-washy side of Pisces, you know, and Taurus very much being dependable. So there are people here that are dependable, earth sign energy. Maybe this is you, Virgo, and you're just irritated by people's lack of commitment to the plan. You might be making plans for a vacation in the future and people aren't getting back to you, just things like that. Okay, Virgo, I'm going to have a love and relationship reading out next week or even this week. Subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss out on that, and have a great rest of Virgo season. Enjoy every minute.